What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Talk about the Detroit Pistons real quick. What they need to do to be successful in the future, not even the near future. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday in the reaction to the Charlotte Hornets, beating us down. And, what needs to happen is they need to clean house and possibly Tom Gores sell the team as well. He has a real, kind of father-son-ish relationship with Andre Drummond. But it's been too many mistakes in Detroit, and even before he got here. Taking Dark over Melo, picking up Josh Smith, picking up Charlie Villanueva, Ben Gordon, and just too many mistakes. Joe Dumars is trying to recreate what he did with Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. And that era ended because Ben Wallace was greedy and he went for the money, and his career was never the same. But what the Pistons need to do, they need to do the right thing. And doing the right thing is nobody's coming to watch the Pistons play right now. They're not. As they're constructed, they need to trade everybody except for probably Reggie Jackson, because he ain't tradable. You let him play his contract out. And when he in the last year's deal, that's an attractive contract to bring, do something with. Bring a draft pick or whatever it may be they do with those, those high price contracts, which may not be so high priced in a few years. But it's time to tear it all the way down and trade everything. I like Andre Drummond a lot. He seemed very, very frustrated yesterday, and that young man deserves better than this. With this situation in Detroit, and Stan Van Gundy has continued to fail him. He's continued to fail his team. The front office has continued to fail and identify talent. They're picking, guys like Caldwell Pope over a guy that's 6'11" that can dribble, walk, and chew bubblegum and lay it up, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. They picked Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker, who was a blue chipper out of the state of Michigan and Grand Rapids. And they continue to miss. They missed this year on Donovan Mitchell. That's the guy that I heard in the comment section they brought in to work out, and they still picked Luke Kennard over him. If you put Donovan Mitchell and Luke Kennard in the gym, even on two separate occasions, you can know Donovan Mitchell's better, even a guy like Kyle Kuzma. But let's keep it real. Several teams missed on Kyle Kuzma and Donovan Mitchell. They wish they had those picks back. But when you picking in the middle or the end of the lottery, you have to identify talent like that. You have to identify talent like that. And you can't identify talent one time. Okay, one time you missed them. Okay, did you learn from your mistakes? Several times the Pistons have been unable to identify talent. They can't attract free agents here because of the city is being labeled bad, and most favorite players want to play on the East Coast, Boston, New York, or play in California, whatever it may be. And that's the stigma that Detroit has, that it's a bad town, it's a bad city. But what people don't know is it's not that bad here. Have some of the most richest other counties outside. Macomb, Oakland County is a rich county. Washtenaw is doing okay. So you have better outskirts to play in, but most players don't know that. They think it's cold here. They think it's terrible. And we got some of the best fans here, man. Some of the most supportive fans if you put a winning product. Detroit won't waste their time coming to see a team that hasn't won in almost, 10, 15 years. And Stan Van Gundy has proven to fail us again. And Tom Gores is a guy that don't know shit about basketball. Excuse my French. And if I'm him, what I'm doing is this, man. I'm selling that team, man. But if he wants to keep it, I have no issue with him keeping. He's tried to really do the right thing. I bring in somebody else in that can consult and help me find somebody else that's young and up and coming. And if I'm him, even though it hasn't proven to work for the Detroit Lions, I'll go pick somebody out of the San Antonio Spurs organization. What is the R.C. Buford? Go get somebody under his wing, because the dude that left San Antonio and went to Oklahoma City Thunder, this is the guy, I can't remember his name, this is the guy that drafted Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden and Serge Ibaka. He put that team together. It was the owner didn't want to pay $2 or $3 million, not even annual overall, to James Harden, and that's how that team fell apart. You have to identify somebody that's young, innovative, as a general manager in the front office. Get you a young, innovative general manager in front office. Somebody in the San Antonio Spurs organization, or a winning organization. Like, I just say San Antonio because they've proven to keep being winners. Give me somebody out of that organization, that's young, innovative, and has a bright future, similar to what Bob Quinn had coming out of New England. And, you know, you and him sit down and identify a head coach that we're going to stick to, we're going to stick with, and not just fire him off. We're going to build this the right way. Find me my Brad Stevens, you know. You know, may it be in college, may it be a mid-major coach that you think that has a lot of potential. May it be a guy like Kevin Ali, former NBA player, I think he was a former UConn. Give me somebody that's innovative, that's young, that's going to be energetic, somebody that's going to work well with the young general manager, and you start building this from the bottom. You trade everybody. You have anybody you can, you trade them. You become dead bad. You pick high in the draft because there's so much talent coming to the NBA. This year, you're not going to be able to get it, but next year, it's going to be so much talent in the NBA next year. And if you got draft picks, you have to be bad. Tear it down. Make the logical pick. Build young like Philadelphia did. And then being able to be in a position to attract free agents like now Philadelphia can. You know, people want to go play there. They want to play with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. You know. So you go there. You go that route. You do that because that's the only way you can go right now. You can't bring free agents in. You can't draft in the middle of the lottery, at the end of the lottery. You're not getting a top lottery pick, you know, just being where you at. It's time to tear down, bring somebody new in, innovative, very young, and build this thing the right way. Tear it down and build it back up. But let me know what y'all think. Motor City Sports Talk.